A brand new update just dropped for Schedule 1, and it changes everything. Tyler's been busy adding some serious quality of life upgrades that are going to make our farm smoother, faster, and way more efficient. We've got item filters to help automate our builds, lockers to replace those massive chunky beds, and an increased employee cap for the stash and dash. So you know what that means. It's time for me to fully update each of my builds. This week, I'll be releasing 4 brand new build tutorials, each one optimized to be the most efficient and most profitable setup in the entire game. The latest update finally allows us to make fully automatic builds. All we gotta do is order delivery and our well-paid employees handle everything else. And we're gonna kick things off with the stash and dash. Thanks to the new update, the Stash and Dash now supports 3 employees, and that might not sound like much, but because of its central location, it's now the perfect spot to run your entire mixing operation. That's right, no more running back and forth to restock shelves, no more wasting employee slots on handlers, and no more spending your entire day staring at the ass end of a delivery van. Nope, we're doing all of our mixing right here in this tiny little storage unit. And thanks to the new item filters, the whole thing runs itself. But the best part? This build works for every product. Weed, meth, and cocaine. You don't have to change a single thing between products because we're going to use one universal 4-step mix. Believe it or not, the best 4-step recipe for both coke and meth is the exact same mix. And it works surprisingly well for weed too. Now, it is a slight dip in profitability for weed, you do lose $9, but the convenience of a centralized mixing area definitely makes up for it. Here's the magic formula. Cuke, banana, horse juice, and mega bean. This mix only costs $20, and it triples the price of your drugs. It's a massive increase in profitability. For this build, you're going to need 4 mixing station Mark IIs, a packaging station Mark II, a brick press, 3 lockers, 8 large, 1 medium, and 2 small storage racks, 10 of the wall-mounted shelves, 2 safes, and you're also going to need a chemist and 2 handlers, for a grand total of $17,000. Now, let's get everything put down and I'll show you how it works. First thing we're going to do is come in here and put our safes down. These are going to hold our products that need to be mixed. Then we're going to go along this wall right here and line it up with shelves. These shelves are going to hold our ingredients for the mixing stations. Then put 3 more shelves right here. These are going to hold our bricks once they're finally done. Place the rest of our shelves and then we can put down these fancy new lockers. Now it's time to go to the equipment. We're going to put the packaging station here. This is going to be used to unpackage the bricks later on. Our brick press here, and we're going to line this row of shelves with the mixing stations. Now we got to place the wall shelves. You're going to put 4 above the safes to hold any overflow, and then the other 6 are going to go right next to the packaging station. These are going to hold the bricks we wheel in right before we break them down to get mixed up. Now that we got it all placed down, we need to set the destination. So you're going to come in here, you're going to set the threshold on each of the mixing stations to 10, and then just assign it to the mixing station right next to it, just straight on down the line like it's an assembly. And the very last one, you're going to assign to the brick press. And then the brick press destination is going to be that large shelf right next to it. And that's it, that's all we got to do for the destinations. Now that we got that out the way, we finally get to utilize the fancy new feature that Tyler just dropped in the latest update, item filtering. So we go to every shelf behind the mixing station, and you're going to set the item filters exactly like this. Bananas on the first shelf, cuke on the second, then horse semen, and the last shelf is going to only be for mega beans. Please make sure you set the filters in this exact order, otherwise the mix isn't going to work. And also make sure you're using whitelist and not blacklist. Now we got to set the routes for our employees. So we're going to start with the chemist since he's the easiest. You just got to assign him a locker and then give him each of the mixing stations, all 4 of them. Now on to the handlers. Let's just go ahead and assign both their lockers, get that out of the way. Now you're going to want to pay close attention to this. The handler routes are very important. For the first handler, their first route is going to be moving from the safe on the left to the first mixing station. With the remaining 4 routes, we're going to select the loading bay 4 times, and then you're going to select each of the shelves behind the mixing stations. Because of the filters we set up earlier, everything we get delivered to this property is going to be automatically sorted into the correct shelf. Now for the second handler, you're going to select the safe on the right, and then assign it to the first mixing station. Then, with the rest of the 4 routes, select the shelves behind each of the mixing stations, and then assign it to the mixing station right in front of it. And once you finish that, go ahead and assign the brick press to this handler, because they have a lot more free time than the other one does. Awesome, we're done setting it all up. Now let me show you how it all works. Make sure everything's stocked. Each day you'll order 80 of each ingredient from GasMart. Banana, cuke, horse cum, mega beans. Throughout the day, just keep an eye on your deliveries, and if you see it's no longer there, order some more so your handlers stay busy. Now we need some product to mix up, so let's grab some of our heavenly grade cocaine from the docks and drive it on over. Oh, and speaking of heavenly grade products, I recently partnered with GamerSupps to get you guys free samples of their energy drinks. Yes, actually free. No credit card, no shipping fee, no hassle. Anywhere in the world. Just go to the link in the description or use the code BigWilly at checkout to get clean, crash-free energy straight to your door. It helps out the channel a lot, and it would mean the world to me. I've come a long way in the last month, and I couldn't have done it without any of you guys. So I also just want to take this time to say thank you. I really appreciate all the love and support you guys have given me, and I don't take any of it for granted. Oh, we're here. Now we just gotta empty the van onto these shelves on the wall. Once you get the van unloaded, take a stack of the bricks, throw it in the packaging station. Then click the arrow and start breaking it back down into regular product. Once you get a full inventory, go ahead and throw it in the safe, and any extras you have can go on the shelves above it. Once that product gets in the safe, our workers are gonna start humming. The handlers are gonna automatically move the product from the safe into the mixing station. Then the chemist is going to come and start cooking it. As soon as he starts mixing, you'll see our handlers start restocking. One is going to restock the mixing station directly, and the other is going to restock the shelf from the delivery van. This is the power of the item filters. The entire thing is now automated. They're going to repeat this all the way down the line until the product is fully mixed, where it will be sent to the press and turned into a nice clean brick for us to give to our dealers. Now, there are a couple things I have to go over before I end this video. First, you must complete each mix manually at least once to discover the recipe. If you don't, your chemist is just going to sit there confused and useless. Second, if you want to sell directly to customers instead of giving the bricks to your dealers, you don't need to make any changes to this setup. Just unpackage the bricks. If you remember from my previous video where I data mined the game, you don't need to package products if you made the deal through your phone. Third, don't forget to put money in the lockers. I forgot to include a clip of this, but yeah, make sure you pay your employees. And finally, if things aren't working or you're having issues with this build, please join my Discord and send a message. There's a link to join in the description below. Or if you don't have Discord, you can just leave a comment on this video. I read every comment and message I receive, and I'm always down to help out where I can. Stay profitable, stay efficient, and most importantly, stay silly, y'all. Please check out the GamerSupps link in the description. I really want this to go well and for them to not hate me. Okay, thanks, bye.